Is that for we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies. And we have to be careful that we're not so busy doing our own desires, doing our own fleshly things, doing our own will, our own ideas, that we're not doing anything at all. Because if we're so busy walking out of alignment, then we're actually doing nothing. We're busy with careers that God never called us to. We're busy dealing with problems of other people that God never ordained for us. We're busy dealing with friendships and relationships that God never called us to, that we're actually not doing anything at all. And we think because we're walking up the steps and we're so busy that we're being productive, when actually you're pulling yourself back because you're not walking in what God called you to do. God told you to walk up those steps towards that door. But instead, you decided to walk up your own steps. You decided to go through your own doors. And you think because you're walking, you think because you're opening doors and going into opportunities that you're actually doing something. But God said you're a busybody, but you're not doing anything at all. You're distracted with everything else and not focused on the godly things. Because we have to remember, we're not here for ourselves. God has called us here to serve him and serve the world. And if we're so busy doing the things that are not of God, we're laying the wrong foundation. We're putting seeds in the wrong soil, and we run awry. Our harvest is not being reaped the way we want it to be. That's why it's important that you're laying the seeds in the fertile in the soil that God called us to. That you're laying the right seeds in the direction that God called you to. Because you don't want to be so busy doing everything else but what God called you to. And then in the end, God sees it as you wasted time. How much more time are we going to waste on the frivolous things? How much more time are we going to waste on the wrong connections? How much more time are we going to waste doing things that are not of God, that's not going to get us anywhere, that's going to keep us stuck? At some point, we have to start being productive in the direction that God called us to. That's why alignment is very important, because the direction of your flesh is going to take you to a dead end. But the direction of the godly way is going to take you to eternal life. But we have to stop being so distracted and being so busy doing nothing.